Fully funded. That's what the goal is heading into retirement. Enough in the bank to live a little, give a little, do some travel, spoil the grandkids without wondering if it's going to be enough. We invest a lot of time and effort in our financial portfolio, but for many, the most important portfolio isn't even on the radar. Finances are important, but spending the next maybe third of our lives, these golden years, with the person that we love hanging out with, well, that's better than a big bank account any day. With a fully funded relationship portfolio, with enough to live a little and give a little, this next chapter can be one of the best in our married life. Those slow coffee mornings and dreaming up our next adventure together and just enjoying the life that we've built together. And if you're just topping things off or playing a little catch up, just like our financial portfolio, there are simple, intentional ways that we can grow our relationship portfolio for the years ahead. Stepping into retirement is a big change and can be a real critical time in protecting and even building a relationship account, especially in a staggered retirement situation where one person has retired before the other. One is figuring out what to do with a Tuesday afternoon for the first time in 30 years, and the other one is still doing the Friday afternoon countdown. During this time, it's easy to start wondering, are we still in this together? When it feels like we're living in two different worlds most of the week. If you're nodding along or smiling, hit that like and subscribe button. It helps other people just like you learn how to make this stage of life the best one yet. Hi, I'm Denise. Welcome to Fully Alive Today. Today, we're treating our relationship like the most important account that we'll ever manage, protecting what we've already built and then growing it even stronger. Before we dive in, I wanted to mention a resource that goes hand in hand with this video. It's a free, downloadable, fully funded marriage workbook. It's a fun, practical tool that helps keep your marriage on that fully funded track. If that sounds like something you're interested in, you can find the link in the description. So let's get into it. In this staggered retirement phase, the biggest risk to our relationship isn't a big blow up. It's the slow drift. And left unchecked, these small withdrawals start draining our account. Things like unmet expectations or hurried conversations or just that life feels out of sync, the two of you living in two different worlds for much of the week. Nothing dramatic, but over time, even the strongest relationships can feel that impact. Now, we all know that if we want to grow an account, we need to minimize the withdrawals and make regular deposits. Basic economics. So we're going to start with these small deposits, the ones that feel kind of small and insignificant. You can almost miss them. But these are the slow and steady deposits that keep our relationship account moving in the right direction. It's like those $10 and $20 deposits that you just make regularly. And then, after a little bit of time, you look at your bank statement and you think, wow, things are looking pretty good. So let's pull up some couch cushions and look in our jacket pockets and see where we can find some of those 10s and 20s to deposit in our relationship. So the first one I'm calling a mug and a hug. So you're rushing out the door in the morning to work, and there waiting for you is this travel mug of fresh hot coffee, a hug, have a great day. Well, 30 seconds, but deposit made. The next one, it's the no mess, no stress deposit. You get home from work, open the door, and your house just says, welcome home. No pile of dishes in the kitchen sink, and there's not a load of laundry sitting on the sofa waiting to be folded. My husband, the retired one, shared that was his way of saying, we're still in this together. So here's another one. This I call the couch connection. So the retired spouse makes it a point to be home when the working spouse walks through the door. You both kick off your shoes, sit on the sofa, and just be present for a few minutes together. No phones. You don't even need to talk. Just that few minutes of reconnecting after you were living in your two different worlds all day. Deposit made. And finally, a chop and chat deposit. Make dinner together. And if you're not the cook in the family, find something to chop. Every good cook loves a sous chef. Deposit made and dinner ready. These are those small, doable, consistent deposits that slowly build your fully funded relationship account. Now let's ramp it up into some larger deposits. These are your $100, $500, $1,000 deposits that when they hit, they really move the needle. And unlike your 401k, we don't need to wait to enjoy these deposits. They pay off today and then become the memories that we look back on. So let's look at a few larger deposits. Maybe hiking a new trail over the weekend. The next day you may have some sore muscles, but that's just a reminder that we're in this together. Well worth it. Or take on a small home project together. Those are my favorite. Put in a vegetable patch in the backyard, or find a Saturday market to go walk together. It doesn't have to be big. My husband and I started asking each other, what's one thing you're looking forward to this week? And that simple question really went a long way towards making us feel like our lives were still connected in this staggered retirement phase. So some other conversation credit ideas could be, what was the best part of your day? Or what's one thing that you're thankful for in this season? Or here's one of my favorites. What's a dream that we can chase together this year? Even a 5 to 10 minute heart conversation can be one of those high dollar deposits in your relationship account. And finally, you might want to try a date night recharge. Go out to a Wednesday night comedy club and just laugh until your cheeks hurt. You'll look back on that and just relive that moment for months to come. Or do a movie night, a dinner date, or maybe just take a walk downtown and stop in a little bistro for some appetizers and a beverage. Whatever lights you both up. And I found that trying something new and slightly adventurous really bumps up that deposit amount. And these things don't need to be fancy or expensive, just shared. They keep us connected and remind us that we're still doing life together. And they're good practice for when we're both retired together and have bags and buckets of time to do these sorts of things together. Drop your favorite date night ideas in the comments. I'd love to hear what works for you. It's never too soon or too late to make deposits in your most important account. And those small moments and big moments, they don't just protect what you've built together. They can actually grow it. There's 2 other videos that you might be interested in. The first one talks about why this staggered retirement can feel so disoriented. And the second video, we walk through 2 exercises to see where your marriage is today and then dream about where we want it to be. I'll link those in the description below. So this week, maybe try a mug and a hug deposit, or put something on the calendar for one of those bigger deposits. Thanks for being here, and here's to living our fully alive lives today and building our fully funded relationship that we're excited to step into tomorrow.